should have believed in me. You should have believed in me. Greater is He who's within me. You should have believed in me. I tried very hard to make you see, but you did not believe. They talk about me, but I did what I had to do to reach my goals up there. Ooh, you should have believed in me. You should have believed in me. Greater is He who's within me. You should have believed in me.
Woo! And you should have believed. But now it's too late. Invested time in my music, but my bills went late. When you was out to get your doctors, I just let you be great. We used to share the same dream, never been on Section 8. But you still pack your bags and you left open my gate. And I gotta call you petty cause my dog escaped. But it's cool, I ain't mad though. And I ain't tripping off you no more. Now you at my show in the front row. And let me tell you what you didn't know. Because the day you choose to leave was the day I got the TV show. And now you at my fan though. Girl, please, I wouldn't care if you was on your knees. Now get in line and pay the regular fee, cause I'ma walk straight past and say you should've believed. Now get in line and pay the regular fee, cause I'ma walk straight past and say you should've believed.
You should have believed in me. You should have believed in me. Greater is He who's within me. You should have believed in me. You should have believed in me. You should have believed in me. Greater is He who's within me. You should have believed in me.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Candace Smith, and this is Fat Talk. I am so excited to have Timeka Shaunail here today in the studio. You guys are just hearing her song that you should believe in me. Wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love just that title alone. You should believe in me. It sounds like it's a story behind that.
Yes, it is.
Okay, what's that story about?
Well, it's talking about, and you see this all the time out of non-believers. You have a dream, and of course, you want your dream to reach a goal. Mm-hmm. And, you have a lot of people, coming up, some of them don't have a dream or never thought they can establish one, and so they kind of want to get over into your spot and kind of pull you down and say that you don't have. So unfortunately, that song came to me, and I got with my producer. His name is Mr. Brad Young, and we worked on it. And I told him what my vision was about the song, and he just took it and did a marvelous job with it. So I want everybody to listen to that and to take that in consideration. If people don't believe in you, you just got to keep moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Go right ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's such a timely message because, I was honestly thinking about this just today about how, people want you to believe in them. They want you to support them. They want you to do a lot of things for them, but when comes time for them to believe or show faith in your vision or your dreams or your goals or whatever, there is hesitation.
Right.
There is like a lack of support sometimes. And, you know, of course, anybody that has a dream feels like, okay, my dream is important. My
Right.
dream means something. It's a contribution to this world or whatever. So when you have
Exactly.
people, right, that don't believe in you, it's like you should believe in what I'm doing. But what I've come to learn is nobody has to.
Right.
It's not my job to do it, to believe in you or whatever. They should. As you're singing, they should believe in you. But the reality is that there will be always people that don't. I know there's a scripture in the Bible that
Mhm.
kind of touched on it where Jesus, was kind. I don't even want to claim like I'm gonna say this correctly. Let me just say
That-
it
That's
right off
perfect.
rip.
Yeah.
I'm about to mess this whole scripture up. I'm going to paraphrase it. Basically, I believe it was Jesus. Let me just say that too. I believe that it was Jesus saying how, there is no support in your home. And it's a certain way that he said it, and I don't know the scripture exactly. I'll look it up and maybe put it on here, something like that. But he was basically saying like, you don't have that. You have the support everywhere else, but your place where you grew up,
Right.
they'll believe in you. Everywhere else. It's like my main support comes from what online. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
People that I don't know. So was that kind of anywhere in your thought process with writing that song?
Well, I mean, just what you said, it makes a lot of sense because, you do get a lot of support on social media. People don't even know you, and then you got people that you grew up with around you from school and that hanging around you, and I mean, just just around the way, and especially some of these family members. I mean, so far God has blessed me, with a beautiful family, but it ain't always been like that with some of the people in the family as I was growing up. Some of them just didn't believe. They didn't. I mean, it's like if their people wasn't actually doing anything, and I've seen it coming up, but my heart and everything was with me was totally different. I've always been a person that wanted to establish my vision or my dream and reach a
Mm-hmm.
goal. I've always been like that. Have I been put down 20 million times? I've been told what I couldn't do and what's not going to take off for me, or look at me. I tried to do that, and I didn't do it. And then I'm saying to myself, and as a child, you shut your mouth up and respect adults, but in your mind, you're saying, okay, just because you can do it, what make you think that I can't? I mean, we're two different people, and I tell people, if you try to do something, okay, and somebody tell you that same phrase they told me, okay, you don't have to get smart and be disrespectful towards them. You just show them what could be done. Because fortunately, somebody told them what they couldn't do, and they actually let it stay like that. It's like
Right.
driving a car on the flat and you're not putting air in it. So obviously, you like driving a car on the flat, and we all know if you're driving a car, you got to have air in your wheels, so in your
Oh,
tire. So put it like that. So it's really hard. I mean, I know somebody right now that knew me ever since I was a kid, and I have music out. I made appearances places. I done shows and everything, and they still look at me like my dreams is not being seen, or
right.
my vision is not coming to pass, or I'm not touching these type of goals. But people are like that because once again, that person still sits in the seat they sat in like in the 80s. Like that person is still not achieving anything, still talking the same conversation. And I always get in conversation with my sister, and I always tell her anytime a person is still talking the conversation they was started 6 years ago, honey, it's time to move on. Because that person is just running around in a circle. It's like in a pool of water, can't swim, you just ready to drown. You
Right.
know, and I'm not, that's not me. I move on. I'm like, okay, I just pray for you along the way, but I got to move on. I got a dream that I got to fulfill. I got to go. I'm going to reach, and ain't nobody going to stop me because God, He already said I'm a provider. He'll provide for me. He'll provide the things I need to get to where I need to go. So I take that with me and I run with it. So if Jesus said, you can do it, who are you to tell me that I can't? My faith is
Exactly.
strong. My faith is strong. I truly believe God. I know that He's a will maker. He's done it so many times before me. I done seen Him show up and show out. So you cannot tell me what I can and cannot do. And some of my stuff that I already worked on already came to pass for me. So, and like I tell my son, I say, you are who you say you are. You
Right.
can't listen when people tell you, well, you actually ain't did it yet. If you are doing it, believe it, and it's done in the name of Jesus, and you watch this thing come to pass. And those same people that put you down, didn't believe in you, and didn't support you, you'll see them rolling around your circle. You will see,
Okay.
well, I said, somebody been now hit me up on Facebook, and people that even didn't even show up to anything that I had. But you know what? Because I am a woman of God, and because I am who I am in Christ, God have showed me how to act and respect that person that wasn't there for me, that I still showed them love. Because guess what? They see it,
Mhm.
they feel it, they see what's going on. So I don't even have to say, oh, why you inboxing me, or don't talk to me because it's childish. Because guess what? They still sitting where they sitting at, but all along in their mind they saying, man, I just wish I had a did it and had a mind to do what she did.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's a feeling that can make a lot of people bitter and act like that towards you. And I've just made a decision to keep moving forward, and I feel like that's kind of what you have to do. You have to just continue to move forward with your vision, your goals, your dreams, because I used to watch different speakers such as Oprah, um um Les Brown, just different motivational speakers. And even I've heard pastors, I've just heard a lot of people talk about the journey through and to success and how they've lost friends and lost family and lost people along the way. And it's serious. It's a really big deal. And I just feel like, a lot of times it's not even dealing with anything negative. It's just basically you recognize who you are. You recognize your value. You recognize your purpose. You know where you're going.
Mhm.
And you want to focus and you want to key in on that. You know what I
Right,
mean? Without all of the drama, without all of the, you know, allowing people to piggyback ride off of you and the
right.
weight of
Oh my
what,
God, yes,
yeah, it's
yes.
just like, enough just becomes enough. And today, honestly, it's been on my mind because rest in peace to Toni Morrison, who passed away less than 24 hours. But there
Mhm.
was a quote that she has, and I'm going to try my best to find it really quick. Oh, here it is. It says, you want to fly, you got to give up the, and she did use the curse word, that weighs you down. And I hate to do that or whatever. And I posted it because, aside from the profanity that was used in it, it's so dead honest, the truth. It is
Mhm.
just the truth. If you want to fly, if you want to get somewhere, you do have to remove the weight of
Right.
sometimes people.
Yes.
Because people come with their baggage. They come with
Yes,
their
they do.
they come with their, emotions that go up and down and all
Yes.
around. And it's like, oh my God, I don't have time to focus on the things that I want to do because I'm always worried about how you feeling about me pursuing what I'm doing.
Right, right. And you got those people that you look up to, you believe in, and down the line they don't respect you, or they play a major role like they do, and they fake. I call it fake support, and you need all the support you can because now you're nervous and now you shaky and you can do it, but then you got in your head like, oh God, is they gonna laugh at me or whatever. You don't need that type of support around you if you're not being 100% real with the person, and that can also bring you down too. And then you got to see all this stuff these people doing around you, and you like, oh God, you see, I don't need that. And then when you go to bed at night, it's stuff running through your mind, and you say, should I get rid of the person or should I just talk to the person and stuff? That's just what you're saying a lot. That can be a lot of baggage as well. And then I don't mind helping people because I am a big time giver. I would give in a minute. But God had to slow me down and tell me in my ear that you only can give to people that I allow you to, because you just so cheerful, a cheerful giver, and so humble. You just giving to people that just using you.
Right.
And I have to stop that. I have to say, people's like, oh, she's getting rude and mean and this and that, and some people lay that on you so you can be like, oh, don't really get in this way, and just to do things for them like we're stupid, but they don't know that's a man named Jesus, and he's guiding and he's leading me, and he talks to me because I allow him to live in me. And now when I give somebody something, God tell me. He'll tell me how much money to take out. He'll tell me who to give it to and why I'm giving it to them.
Right.
And I think if people saw that, go right ahead.
No, I was just, agreeing definitely with you, because one thing that God shared with me is I have to know I can trust you with everything that I give you, and that includes your time. Because yes. I recognize, just looking back over my life, how much my time has been dedicated to other people. Just straight dedicated to them, just given to them, and it's so valuable. And I hear so many people, if you listen to a lot of motivational speakers and, people that just are very successful, they talk about the value they put into their time. And what it really boils down to, what I really had to get down to, was the value of me. Because that's what it all boiled down to. Me not being able to put boundaries up, me not being able to say no, me not being able to recognize and use my discernment of when things are not right, or when I shouldn't move this way, or when I shouldn't move that way. That really went down to, okay, Candace, how much do you value you? How much do you value your time? How much do you value the things that you're trying to do in your life? If you really value that, then you would not just let anybody disrupt your time, your peace, your energy, the things that you got going on, because they're valuable. And if you don't recognize that in yourself, then, and another thing I looked at is like, a lot of times, just me personal, I'm not even trying to speak for nobody else, just me personal, I recognize that, I really wanted people to be happy with me. I really wanted, especially the people that I love and care about, I want you to be happy with me. And that is something that can be a good thing and a bad thing. If it's too much of you wanting them to be so happy with you, it's like, how far would you go? What all would you do? Would you ever say no? Would you ever, just cut it off and say, okay, enough is enough? Because you make somebody else so happy and you want to prove so much to them that,
And you know,
hey, I'm a person.
and you know what? When you just said that, that is so true because people will go to a strain like that, and people know that you're doing that, and they'll just continue to let it go on. They won't tell you, it's okay. You don't have to
Right,
go this far for me.
right,
I know you
right,
love me, and people do me like that.
right,
They know it. I love somebody. People tell me I love hard. You heard somebody tell you that?
right. Yes, yeah,
People always tell me you love too hard. But the only reason why you saying that, and don't get me wrong, if that's how a person feel what they see, fine. I respect what you said. But a lot of people say that is because they don't want you loving them hard because see they ain't trying to love you back.
right,
They ain't trying to have that same heart that you got.
right.
They sitting back in their crib laughing at you. So,
They feel like
I'm
what
like,
you doing. They feel like what you're doing is going hard because they know, hey, I don't go that far. I don't go
right,
that far for people. I'm not
exactly.
do all of that. I'm not. And you know what? We give them that opportunity to have that choice. And that's what I recognize is like I've given people the opportunity to say no to me, to, have their boundaries, to, live their life and not, apply pressure to them and not to be intrusive and not to, just be too much. But other people, you know what I'm saying? They don't always feel that way. They look at it like, hey, I'm deserving of this. This is what I deserve. This is what, yes, it's going to be in my life. This is how you're going to treat me and things like
Mhm.
that. And one day I had to sit down and say, okay, Candice, how do you want to treat people? What's too much for you? What's comfortable for you? What are you willing to say no to? When are you gonna stop? When is it gonna be too much? I literally had to sit down and evaluate every single person in my life down to my children. Because as a mom, I'm a homeschooling mom, so my kids are with me 24/7 and I have a
Oh,
3-year old. I
you have a
started
what?
I started putting little boundaries on him. I'm like, you cannot bust in this bathroom when I'm using it.
How old is your child? How old is your little boy?
He's 3.
Three. Oh, you got a
Yes, and I'm like,
baby.
yes. I say, you know what? I gotta put boundaries on everything because I have the right to use the bathroom in peace.
Right. You have a right.
I have a right to have some privacy. Like it stops at the bathroom door. When the door is closed, you have to wait until I come out. And like I
Right.
literally have had to do that. And I talk to each of my children. I have a 17-year-old. I have a 15.
Really?
Yes, and I have a 3-year-old. So, at different times I've spoken to them because I just recognize that for so long I have not really taken care of myself properly. I
Wow.
have not done that. I have not, when a choice or a decision is laid on the table of me doing something, what I have done is considered everybody else on the other side of the table. For the
Right.
first time in my life, when a choice or a decision is laid on the table, I am saying, Candice, what do you want to do?
Right. You
In
have to
your
do what
heart
you
of
want.
heart, is this something that you want to do? Is this something taking you away from what you got going on? Because, like I said, I have a 17 and a 15-year-old. I didn't start homeschooling them until late. And we are totally off topic.
So do you have all girls or do you have all
I have
boys?
I have all boys. All boys.
Wow.
Yes. And so I started homeschooling because I said, you know what? I worked big time when they were first growing up. I worked 2 jobs at certain times, hustling, had my magazine, just, trying to get it, trying to make it, and went to school and stuff like that. And I said, you know what? I need to take some time and really dedicate it to my children, to my
Right.
family, in this healing process as I'm going through my healing through therapy, getting my mental health together, my emotions, just everything, acknowledging some trauma that I've been through, acknowledging, things, just acknowledging some things in my life that I've let just go, just let slip. These wounds that are untreated, just all over me, that I've allowed to just be untreated. I'm taking time to recognize them and take some tender love and care for me and say, okay, this was never healed. You know what? I know that all y'all got y'all issues and y'all problems and y'all want me to do this and do that. But right here, right now, I'm not doing any of that. What I'm finna do is take some time to love on me, to heal on me. All that effort and energy that I have put into others, I'm going to put it into me. And in return, what I've recognized is that I've had a lot more to give.
Right.
I've had a lot more to give, because trying to just please a couple of people in your life and putting so much effort and energy and being so engulfed in the daily things of other people's lives can be very draining and dangerous.
Yes, and that's what people tell me, that I'm always worried about somebody else, and I do love hard, and I come into contact with people, and I just take a liking to them, and I just love them, and do for them, and have time for them, and like you say, a lot of times I only have time for myself, and I am a mother too, and I have 3 children. The reason why is that I have a set of twins.
Oh,
And
wow.
my oldest is going on 21, and my twins are 19.
Okay.
And, when I was, coming up, and I started having my kids and stuff like that, I was around an environment, pretty much people are in the game like losers.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, they wasn't losers, but the way they conduct themselves, that's what I've seen. So,
Okay.
and I was in that environment, so I'm pretty much a loser too. But I started realizing I don't have to be a loser.
Right.
I don't have to be in those shoes. My mother was a single parent, and she raised us the best of her ability. She was a divorced woman.
Mm-hmm.
We never knew our father. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he was a very abusive man. And when I was coming up as a child, I picked up a lot of his rape. And I started being abusive to people. And I started being very violent. And I
Mm-hmm.
stayed in, when I was coming up in 20, and I stayed in a lot of trouble. And I was in a gang.
Oh.
Throughout Chicago. It was a little girl group called Grapes, and I was just looking just for trouble. And as I got older, I stayed in trouble. But then as I got older, like in my 20s, I started realizing that there's something more to me than this lifestyle I live. And when you're around a certain type of people, they know there's something different about you, but they're not going to try to encourage you to find out what it is.
Right.
So, I do thank God for my sister. She's always tell me, she said, she told one time, because when I was going through my kid's father, she said, you're too nice looking of a person to be out worried about who he with, or fighting over him and all that. And I heard it all my life by other people, but I couldn't see it myself. And then as I was coming up, I was a musician. I was a drummer,
Mm-hmm.
played for churches and everything. And I had this monthly talent, and they knew it. But, once again, people never told me that you need to just focus on that and school and everything, and just let this alone. People seem like they was happy to see you in that condition.
Right.
Now God has opened up doors. I'm successfully, now I'm a gospel artist. I'm doing my thing. I'm making my money. Um, Everything that God promised me, a lot of stuff that already happened, and things that He's still opening them doors for me and my family. And I just think about it. Like when that song came to me, You should have believed in me. A lot of them people did not believe in me, and they didn't want to show me who I really was. When the Lord did save me, and I got into the church, you know, people was in the church was telling me, this and that and another. But you know what? I thank God for them. But I
Mhm.
also thank God for showing me who I was. And I said to myself in the mirror, Tamika, this is not none of you. You're going to change. You're going to be a different person. And you do not have to be like your father. My
Right.
father was a very violent person. I'm like, because why am I doing all this? I don't have to be like this. And I asked God to deliver me from that.
Right. You
And
know
I'm
what?
telling you,
We have a lot in common. Like, honestly, you are bringing up a lot of stuff that I haven't thought about in a long time. I definitely feel like a lot of people are going to be blessed by your story because, a lot of times when we grow up in environments like that, it does make you feel like the word that you use, like, I'm a loser. I don't have any worth, I don't have any value. And one thing, going to church and building a relationship with God definitely helped me to overcome that as well. I was very violent
exactly.
at one point in my life. Getting in a lot of fights in school, like having to go to court, and just a lot,
Yes,
you know. So I
yes,
definitely feel you on that, and it stems from anger, and the anger stems from hurt,
right,
rejection, abandonment, all of those things that as black women, those are words that we don't get to use. We don't get to express how we feel abandoned by the men that are supposed to protect us and care for us and love us, and that turns into anger a lot of times. And since learning those things, now I have added to my vocabulary. I've added to really have conversations with people and letting them know, like, hey, this is how I feel, or
yes,
just acknowledging it within myself. And a lot of times that, takes the anger away, because the anger comes from not being able to express it, not being
right,
able a space, because a lot of times, even as women, we're taught as little girls to make do. Make do with
right,
the fact that your dad is here. You don't get to really even talk about it. You don't get to even really express how it makes you feel. You don't want to hurt your mother anymore by really expressing
right,
how much it hurts you. So it really doesn't leave you any place to vent. And so then you get angry and you team up with angry people, such as the gang.
right,
You team up with other abandoned, rejected, people. And this is a lot of times what happens even, now with our youth, with the young people. And I feel like I would love to talk more about that time in my life. I would love
right,
to talk more about it with young girls that are experiencing the same thing, because
right,
really
exactly,
needed somebody. You know what I mean? I needed
right,
somebody at that time, and I'm glad God entered my life. I'm glad, we went to church, and the church that I went to, I was introduced to God and got saved, and it was a big it was a big interruption of just just a lot of hurt and heartache and trauma and stuff like that. So,
right.
you know, have you been able to share your testimony with, other people through your music?
Well, that's the main reason why. I mean, don't get me wrong, the other songs are gracious to my heart, but you shouldn't believe in me. I could have said a lot more in that song, but we didn't. But I'm just saying that just a little bit that I did express. I want people, because when they hear my interviews with people and they put the song with the interviews and stuff, they'll know exactly what gospel artist Timeka Shaunail is talking about. You know, um, People need to know that you're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Um, People think because you're some type of singer or some musician and some actress or whatever, that they like to listen to or look up to, whatever. a lot of times they look at us like we perfect, and we went through. They going through that same thing we went through, and we some of us still going. Some of us still going through that. Like people still right now bashing me about who I am. They still, talk about me. And
Right.
and first I took it very on the violent side, like yo, I'm ready to fight or I'm this and
Yeah.
that. But I'm realizing that okay, you still saying it, but you said that like many years ago. That leads me to believe you are very hurt, and you are the one that didn't believe in yourself. You
Yeah.
see,
Hurt
I'm
and
doing it,
stuff.
so I believe in myself. I believe that I can fly for real, and
Right.
your wings never took off. So what I'm gonna do is for you, is I'm gonna pray for you that one day you can establish something for yourself, and you can keep your mouth off of me. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's how I see it now. I don't see it like get upset. I mean, I'm not happy to hear it, but it's not like it used to be because I didn't understand. And like you say, when you let the Lord take control, He revives you. He shows you things, and He's the one that opened up your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So I realize those people are sitting in the same seat they were sitting in like in the 80s or the early 90s. I'm far from that now. And then I
Right.
want people to know this too. It's not that you're bragging. It's not that you all, some of them say, she thinks she all that. Honey, it's far from that. It's talking the truth. It's speaking up for yourself where people need to listen to this and come out of the situation that they are in right now. And this song that God gave me, you should have believed in me. People are going to believe in me because they're going to see what they talked about have all shattered in their face. So they can be like, oh God, look, she's actually doing. And then I want you to realize that if I can do it, guess who can do it?
You can
You
do
can do
it.
it.
And that's the thing about it. I feel like people don't get it's room, it's space enough for everybody. You don't have to be so mad at me because I'm getting where I want to get, doing what I want to do. It's space and opportunity for everybody to get what they want and
Yes,
they want to do. Like, spend your time focused on getting yourself there instead of like, because some people can be stuck. They can really be stuck. Like, Tamika, this has been a very, very good conversation. Can you believe we're like down to 2 minutes? I told you
because
this time
only because God is in the conversation and we're talking
he
about,
really is.
positive things that people need to hear about. You
You
know,
are absolutely right. Like, more than that, I needed this conversation, like, personally. Like, I can't even believe that we got on this, but it was definitely necessary. I
it was
want to
definitely
invite
God.
I want to invite you back again. We got to do another one. Please let the
Sure.
audience know, let these queens know how to download your song. You should believe in me. Where can they find it?
All this on iTunes, Amazon. I mean, all the outlets, and it's going to the stores as well. A rapper is on there. I want to let him be known. His name is Big Rich, Mr. Big Rich. He's a famous rapper from St. Louis, Missouri. He's rapping on that song, and listen to the words that he's talking about. How he blew up, and before he blew up, the female he was with, she put him down, and she was coming back. So all that's in the song. You can get a chance to hear that. But we also gonna be shooting a video for that song here this month. So catch that, and that also will be showing on CBS from out of Chicago as well. So
Okay, cool.
and I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm a little bit all over the place.
Okay,
So
we'll
just
make
you can
sure. I'm
put
gonna
in my
make sure to
name.
yes. I'm gonna make sure to put all of your information in the description box. You guys can definitely check out gospel recording artist Timeka Shaunail. I don't want to run out of time and have it cut us off. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. You'll definitely be back with us, you guys. This is Candace Smith with Fat Talk. Peace.